back when it was popular, I bought so much stuff on it.
There you
and
go.
now I barely play it, but I have it all on my account.
Yeah.
Heads up.
Maybe you can join us on Among Us.
I so will. I love Among Us.
I have a food and drink. I'm ready to watch this.
Do we like allowed
I'm going to be deconstructing my other laptop.
I have a beetroot of darkness and despair.
Can I have it?
Yeah, you can probably.
You want one?
Yeah, I want one.
Yeah, I have.
Yeah. I've accidentally eaten 2 ish lemons, so it should be fine.
How are you?
It. Great.
Good I could have.
Hey,
how are you up there?
Give me my beetroot. Give me it. Give me my beetroot.
The silly items let you just float.
Oh, it's that thing. Okay.
The trapdoor of Wii.
Goodbye.
Yeah.
Oh, guys, I feel like
still
I'm
not crouching.
Oh, mama. Oh, this beetroot doesn't taste well, Mr. Stark. Sit down.
Okay, we're gonna get started.
And hunger.
We're gonna sit.
I think we are missing one person, but it seems like they are not available. That's okay.
Yeah.
We have 3 candidates for judges: Zell, Mika, and Irguys. And I'm gonna be the there's like a word for the person who does this, I'm pretty sure.
Announcer.
It's not just announcer.
Judge?
Decider.
It's like hold on.
Middle ground.
What's the person called?
The mediator?
The judge.
I think it's mediator.
Person?
Yeah, I think it's mediator. Anyway, I will be asking the questions and keeping things moving along. This has to stay under an hour because we have our faction meeting right after this. First, I'd like you each to take about a minute to introduce yourself. We'll start with Zell and go Mika and then Irguys. When you are ready.
I don't think we posted the news episode, damn.
Hey guys, I work with the Joker's Corner, as you may know, but I'm also planning on becoming a judge for you all. On my own, I'm a very integrity-based individual, very level-headed. You know, I try to see eye to eye with people. I'm not unfamiliar with the law. I have 2 lawyer friends, one of them being someone that you guys know and may find a little bit annoying, Froggy Midge. You see his signs everywhere, but very familiar with the law. Not a new thing to me, and as much as I want to, you know, explain everything, I'd like to let my my runner-ups, I mean, explain themselves as well. So, that's me.
Mika?
Hey guys, well, I'm gonna do this in character. I'm Mira. You guys may know me from being a lawyer, being a business owner, or, you know, just generally building the statue or the gas stations. I am, oh my god, I can words. I want to be, I'm here today to be able to help you guys represent yourselves and be able to empathize with yourselves with all of your situations, either as, what is it, defense or prosecution. I understand that there are a lot of factors for a lot of things that may happen, and I understand that sometimes personal feelings can come before a lot of stuff. But just know that if you are afraid that I am in favor of someone else, I am not. I really keep myself individual and really transparent. But I will allow Irguys to talk now. So thank you.
All right, Irguys.
Okay. Hello everyone. My name is Lex Solaris. I'm an explorer. I'm part of the Lilac Expedition. I want to promote the independence, the integrity, and the impartiality of the role of SEDS, which means I want everyone to feel comfortable going to the SEDS if needed, and I don't want anyone to feel like they are SEDS before they enter the judiciary. Like, I'm glad I can speak along with my 2 other SEDS, hopeful SEDS, and I'm looking forward to this debate. That's all.
Thank you to all 3. Our next question, I'm going to allow 90 seconds to give your answer, which I think all of you are very good at giving brief, concise answers, so this won't be an issue. But just to make sure we each have enough time equally to answer questions and to respond, I will allow 90 seconds to give your first answer, and if the other two candidates would like to respond to that answer, they have 30 seconds each. Does that sound fair to you all?
That sounds fair.
Yeah, that sounds
Yes.
fair.
Okay. We can just go again left to right, or my left to my right. So Zell, you'll be first. And your question is, what is your judge style? Your time starts now.
Well, my style of judging is very heavily dependent on what the defendant brings up to me, what the prosecution side brings up to me. I'm a very evidence-based person. If I don't have enough solid evidence and the jury decides that the appropriate punishment is to either use the law accordingly or dismiss the case, then I will try to, regardless of the evidence level, if the jury decides that it's not sufficient, then I will do the final analysis of what is received, and then I will make the ultimatum of dismiss the case. Dismiss the case, or just, take it as best as I can. Again, I don't explicitly, work on emotions, as one of my fellow colleagues over here mentioned. Very empathy based is my style as well. I like to see eye to eye to people. I like to make sure that everybody has the best, or everybody has like the smoothest flow of trial. I don't like to have things, dragging on for days at a time. I don't think anybody likes a long court case,
10 seconds.
So yeah, and that would just wrap up what kind of style of court cases I would work with.
Thank you. Mika, or Mira and your guys, would either of you like to respond?
Yeah, I would.
All right, your 30 seconds starts now.
Something I will realize is that there will be a lot of civil cases since they're going to be the most common. Again, I do feel like setting a precedent will be the most important thing that will happen during the work of a judge, since that would make sure that everybody's treated equally and evenly. So that's about it.
All right, any other responses?
Yes, I would like to respond as well.
All right, your time starts now.
I believe the most important part of being a judge is neutrality. It means focusing on already agreed upon rules and norms, cultural or otherwise, to make sure that there is no bias in the role of judge. Thank you.
All right. The next question will go to Mira. Solace's main goal is to bring in refugees from the Great Anomaly and allow them to continue their lives with the support of everyone on this planet. How will you, as a judge, support this goal? Your time starts now.
Well, the first thing that we have to keep in mind whenever we take in refugees, as you guys have all experienced, is there will be a lot of cultural and ideological differences. First of all, even though I believe that everybody is allowed to have their own cultural difference, I do also support the idea that some beliefs should not be there to harm someone else. If you choose to believe a specific deity or anything like that, that is completely fine, as you do not harm someone else. But also, the most important thing I believe that is to keep in mind is that a lot of personal feelings would happen. So setting precedents is the most important thing that I believe will make sure that all stays strong. So setting precedents of what will be allowed, what will not be allowed, set an example of how to treat your peers how to treat everybody equally, because under the law everyone's going to be treated equally, not because of a god, not because of a deity, and it's not because of a belief, but because of your own actions. And so I believe that the actions of each person will explain a lot of stuff, and to make sure that they are included into the planet, I would just make sure that they are happy with where
10
they are,
seconds.
that they have a safe community around them, and that they are able to come to me or to
10 seconds.
any other judges to make sure that they get their problems resolved. That's about it.
Thank you, Mira. Ira, Guys, and Zell, do either of you would either of you like to respond?
I would like to respond, yes. I feel like I agree with the sentiment, however, I feel like the phrasing here is a little bit flawed. When you mean we're setting precedents and we've got, people who have ideological differences, are you trying to place judgment before you actually get to know them? How do we know that these individuals that are trying to seek refuge are dangerous because of the entity that they believe in? Are you trying to assume that some of these people are dangerous? Are you trying to make that judgment before you know them because you're already, in a position where you feel fear?
30
In
seconds
the case
is up.
that we have,
Mira, would you like to respond to this? It seems like it was a directed question.
Yes, I would like to respond. Well, something I will say is that my people used to believe in a deity, but the only thing I want to say is that the beliefs of someone shouldn't be harmful to others. Kind of like you shouldn't push or make sure to enforce a specific belief into a community where everybody else doesn't believe it. I believe you have the right to have your own beliefs in your own personal space, but it shouldn't harm other people or intrude into their personal lives.
All right. Ira, Guys, do you have any further thoughts?
Yes, I do.
All right, time starts now.
I believe that while each faction, due to cultural differences, will have its own rules, it is important for inter-faction relationships to be based on already agreed upon norms and rules, which means no one should feel unsafe because of another faction. And if any disputes can be sent to the judge to determine these differences in a neutral way.
All right. Moving on to Ira, Guys, for the main question here. Similar vein of thought, I'm going to choose this question. This era, many cults seem to have appeared on Solace. How would you manage their culture versus others? Especially if, like Zell and Mira were discussing, their beliefs may be more violent.
Within factions, they can set their own rules, of course, based on their closer beliefs. But interfactions, like I said before, should be based on agreed upon rules, so no faction can take control of another with no consequences. Like, there are limits, of course, within the faction. It is different. They can choose, and anyone who joins them can choose to agree upon their laws. But interfaction laws should be based on legal precedents. And of course, while there may be biases, as such, we should make sure that those biases do not influence our reactions to any individual faction. Because each faction deserves to prosper as long as it doesn't create conflict with other factions outside themselves. Thank you.
All right. Mira or Zell, do you have any comments on that?
not at the moment.
Not
Alright.
at the moment as well.
We're going to go back to Zell, and your question is, how would you handle the prison system if you would establish one on Solace? Your time starts now.
Well, the history of Solus is very extensive and very rich, and I think that by taking what we already have and our prior judicial systems, by taking some of that and sort of implementing more modernized versions, we would have a stronger prison system. We can't stay in the past, of course, so we're not going to be sticking to traditional means. We have to understand that because the great anomaly happened and because we're full of so many people from so many different planets, we need to take into consideration that each planet's value may differ from what we already have implemented here. So I would try to set up a system that is as fair and balanced and as easily understandable as everybody can manage. Of course, without bias.
All right. Thank you. Do either Miro or Ira guys have comments on that?
No, I agree with him.
Okay.
I would like to add
Okay.
one thing. I do think we need to remember that the role of SEDS should not be making new laws, but looking at the legal precedents and judging based on already present laws.
All right. Thank you. Mira, could you tell us about any previous experience you've had in the judicial system? Your time starts now.
Well, before I came here to Solace, my family used to be cops. We used to be in a home planet where my father, he was actually the captain of the local cop body. I forgot the word because I wrote it in Spanish. Since I was young, my father would teach me a lot about how people used to be treated, about a lot of injustices that can happen from the inside, about any small cracks that happened back when I was a child. I feel like it is okay. I think that experience caused me specifically to realize that sometimes the system can be seen as unfair to a lot of people, but when you take a step back, sometimes you can realize that this is exactly what happened, this is why it happened, and why sometimes personal feelings can affect a current situation and a current problem that can happen in a planet. So that would be it.
Thank you. Zell and Ira guys, do you have any comments? You could also share about your own background if it's different or similar to Mira's.
My background might be quite different. You see, before I came to Solace, I was actually in hell, stuck in hell, for quite a long time. I got to know a demon, and he was the judge, I guess, of hell. Which you might roll your eyes and be like, what does that have to do with this? And to that, I answer, if somebody can judge people in hell, of all places, I'm sure I can judge people here on this planet. I think we'll be fine. I think that personal experience and having somebody who knows how things go in terms of moral aspect, I feel like that would be a very helping hand and leverage for being a judge.
All right. Here, guys, would you like to respond as well?
Yes, I do believe that myself on my own planet does help in the world sets. I was essentially a diplomat for the surrounding planets, though rather unofficially, I would say. Which I feel like has helped me understand ever closer, as well as the importance of neutrality within the legal force. Thank you.
Thank you. All right, moving on to Ira guys. How do you think we could improve security on Solace, especially knowing that Eclipse is on the planet? Your time starts now.
Yes. Well, of course, you have already suggested that we remain in groups, but of course, is not possible for everyone on Solace. It is good to have multiple ways to help those who may not have the same defenses, as well as those who can observe and hopefully discover our own movements. Like, this is a multi-factored issue that will require new methods to get to the end of. Thank you.
Thank you. Mira and Zell, would you like to respond to any of these? To any of that?
I would like to respond, yes.
Alright.
I sort of agree with this, but also I feel like a better way to establish safety amongst our planet would be to, regardless of our judicial standing, I think that right now safety is our priority. So we can't exactly have, we can't exactly focus on the law when our safety is in place, because this isn't something that can just be handled through being a judge. This is something that needs to be handled by, our actual leaders of Solus, not just the judicial system, because you can't just take the enemy to court and expect them to behave accordingly. So I feel like this isn't exactly something that can be in our power. However, if it comes to a case where we need to manage our
10
power
seconds.
to keep things in place, that's probably our best position, and not necessarily controlling the threat.
Thank you. Mira, would you like to respond as well? I will take that as a no. Okay.
Oh wait, sorry.
Oh.
My family was talking.
Oh, no worries. Did you want to
well,
respond about how we could improve security on Solace?
Yes.
Okay.
So some of the stuff that I may talk about has been mentioned by Sal and both Air guys, but I will simplify it to 4 points. Faction connections. Each faction it has their own manpower. I believe that as a faction you can work along with the judicial system to make sure that not just the leaders but all the members are safe. Community watches. I know that a lot of communities here in Solis have built walls of defensive measures. I believe that if a lot of communities create something similar to that, no one else can be hurt, just like what happened to Casnia. And traveling groups, again, I believe that that one will be the safest measure, since I know a lot of people travel to the community center, to the market to get other stuff. I believe doing that in groups will always be safer than just being alone.
All right, thank you. Okay, this has concluded the first part of this debate. I am now going to open the floor for questions from those in the audience. You can put it in, if you're in Discord, there is the voice chat channel. You can click on the little button to open the chat. It's like a little text bubble. And if you can drop any questions that you have for the candidates there, and I will read them off. If you have a specific candidate in mind, you can make sure to put that in your message. Otherwise, I will allow whoever would like to speak on it to talk. From Creature of Sin, Zell, what is your faction's opinion on society as it is? Does it need any changes?
Well, my faction isn't correlated with the judicial branch, so on their end, aside from that, I can safely say that we love society, we love to help others, we are clowns, so we love to make people happy, and I don't really feel like that question exactly aligns with the current debate, but if you would like for me to elaborate from my end, I think society is amazing. I think that learning and growing and helping each other out is the key to having a strengthened society, and looking out for each other is what we need right now, especially knowing that we have such a dangerous situation going on.
Thank you. Miranir, guys, do either of you have comments on that?
I don't.
I don't either.
Are there any other questions? I see multiple people typing. Alright, this looks like anyone who would like to take this can. If two people are in the same faction, what rules take precedent in the faction's internal rules or the laws of Solace when making a decision?
I would like to take the question if that is okay with my co-runners.
Yes, you can take it first. If anyone else wants to comment further, they may.
Okay. Well, the first thing that takes precedent is that the laws of Solace, in my opinion, are always going to be absolute, are going to always be something that will be taking over a faction, since this is a system that is made to protect everybody. If you take something that happened between a faction to another faction, if it involves another faction, it just is not just the loss of the faction, it involves all the society of Solace. And if those two people are in the same faction and okay, hold up, I need to word this correctly. If it's a scene to the point that I have to take an instance of it, that is enough reasoning on my end to take up that take it up to the system and at least have a talk with them, or have a talk with the faction leader to make them aware about what is currently happening.
Alright, Zelenier, guys, do you have any comments?
No, I agree entirely with what Mika said.
I would like to add one topic.
Yeah.
I do think if both parties cannot agree within a faction, it is the role of the sides to be a neutral third party to determine how the rules be determined, and of course the legal precedent. Thank you.
Thank you. Alright, this next question is also for anyone who would like to take it first. What is your opinion on if you believe or not that people of a whole can truly change?
I would like to take that question.
Go ahead.
To answer that, I believe that this is a very broad question to ask because it's mainly based on personal experience for most people, I would say. For me, I have seen cases where horrible people can change, but it also takes a lot to work with such a person. Now, let's say we have a situation where somebody is repeatedly committing crimes, repeatedly getting into trouble. There might be better measures we could take to help that person improve themselves. However, if those measures prove false, then unfortunately we would have to put them in a position that will not hurt other people, such as prison or even, asylums in cases like that. I want to be honest and say I think people can change. I think everybody has a chance to change and improve themselves and be a better person with enough time, effort, and empathy. But I'm not sure what other people may agree with, but that is just my personal take.
Alright, thank you. Miranir, guys, do you have any thoughts?
I would like to just share some more thoughts. I believe a person can change if they truly want to. Remember that if someone wants to change, they truly need to want to do it, and the only way you can tell that happening is from a personal perspective. Just like what Sel said, I have seen people change to the better. But again, that does not eliminate the wrongdoings of a person. It also does not mean that someone cannot change to be the worst. I apologize for my little brother. So keeping an eye out on that person, it will be personal opinion, it will be personal experience. But if someone does something, doesn't matter if they had the correct intentions, the wrong intentions, anything, the fact that it hurts someone will be is reason enough to take them into the system and be just procedure.
Thank you. Here, guys, any thoughts?
Yes, I do believe that personal bias should not influence a child's understanding of the law. Whether or not I believe someone consents does not matter when we already set rules on how a person should be prosecuted and the consequences. Like, what my beliefs should never affect the neutrality of the rule of sets. Thank you.
Thank you. All right. The next question is also open to anyone who would like to take it first. Is there any act one could commit on this server that you deem irredeemable, and if so, what should happen to them?
I would like to take the question as well.
Go ahead.
Again, very broad question. This is kind of a case-by-case scenario. There are cases where people may commit something irredeemable accidentally. Such cases would be murder. Other cases could be things such as being framed, of all things, believe it or not. I think a truly irredeemable thing on this planet would be intentionally plotting and hurting to hurt or possibly kill others on this planet. Community is very important, and our safety is very important. So to try to take away from what we have and the very little refugees that we have, I feel like that would be considered one of the most irredeemable things. I also feel that treason is equally as irredeemable. You know, trying to betray our community as a whole is irredeemable, especially knowing that many of us are in a position of vulnerability. That would be my response to that question.
Thank you. Mira and Ira, guys, you have the option to comment if you wish.
I would like to add a personal comment. For me personally, it is not the action that is the irredeemable quality. It is the thing that led to that action. If it's selfishness, if it's anger, if it's anything that it is emotion that only benefits you, that would be something I would say would be irredeemable. Like taking power, taking advantage of a deal, taking someone's home, taking something that is hold dear to them just for personal purpose. That would be irredeemable in my eyes.
Thank you. Here, guys, any comments?
I have nothing to add.
Okay. We have another question open for anyone. How do you believe criminals should be dealt with? Prison or rehabilitation, or both?
I would like to take this question. This one also comes to the nature of the crime. If it's a crime like, let's say, doing a pyramid scheme, that is something that, yes, hurt people. So every single thing will have to go through due process. So you will have to pay the price because it hurt someone, just because if you're guilty of something, just because it did something negative. Of course, the outcome after, like, paying the price can be rehabilitation, it can be a warning, it can be something else. But as long as someone has paid the price legally, unless it's like mental insanity or something mental that incapacitates an ability of reason, that is something that I believe will be a case-to-case scenario.
All right, thank you. Zell and Ira, guys, do you have any comments?
Not at the moment.
Yes, I would like to add some. I do believe that no one person should be judge, jury, and executioner. The judge should look at already determined law and determine the consequences of anyone deemed a criminal. No one should have full say. And the questions like this still continues to be one where the judge should focus on legal precedent instead of their own biases. Thank you.
Thank you. All right, we have another question. Open to anyone. If someone is consistently accidentally hurting people, how would you go about putting that to a stop?
I would like to take this question.
Go ahead.
I feel like we need to consider what level of repeatedly hurting people this would be. If it's something that is emotional, that is not directly hurting people on a, I guess, lawful standpoint, then not much can be done on our end. However, we could help get that person resources for psychiatry, psychological stuff, you know. We can't be the ones who decide what a punishment is if this person is not, you know, directly harming people. Now, let's say it's something that is more serious, you know. This person repeatedly hurts people in a way that can be applied through the law. In that case, we look into what is causing this and what we can do to improve it, and we would work closely with this person's lawyers to try to put them in a therapy environment. Hopefully we can try to, you know, look into getting some sort of therapy here on Solus, but that would be the best approach in my opinion. That would be to just put them through therapy.
Thank you. Would anyone else like to comment on this?
I would like to add on to what Sel said. I agree 100% with what he has been saying, but there also will be cases where someone tries to play off something as an incident or accident. In those cases, you can speculate a pattern of behavior. So let's say someone is accidentally harming someone in a repeated pattern that has been consistent, that has been, like, you can tell that has some meditation, some planning behind it. That in that case, you can use it has intentional cause of harm, as how I like to call it. In those cases, yes, they would have to be processed through the system, just like how something like an accident because of negligence can happen. You do not want to let go of negligence. You do not want to do something that is going to continue to harm other people. So in those cases, I would either call for negligence or call for intentional pattern of harm.
All right, thank you. It looks like that is our final question. So I will give each candidate 90 seconds as usual to give a final closing statement. Anything else they would like to clarify? I'll give you a second here to think. And Zell will be first, as usual, then Mira, and then your guys. Zell, you may start when you're ready.
All right. I understand that we have 3 candidates up here. However, I feel that it is in my best interest to share that I am possibly the better candidate. This sounds, you know, it sounds a little bit conceited, but I feel that I can work very well with people. I like to work closely with everybody, especially when it comes down to having lawyers. And I think that all good judges ensure that every trial stands fair and meditated, you know, without bias, mediated without bias, excuse me. And upholding the law should always be our number one priority, especially, you know, during uncertain times like this where there's possible threats in our planet. Knowing when justice is needed is what creates a stronger community, and to improve Solus, we need a judge that can work under this sort of pressure while still keeping an open mind about everybody individually. That'll be my final statement for tonight.
Thank you. Mira, you're next. You may start when you're ready.
Alright. Well, I will just say this. I am putting my trust in myself in being able to protect you guys from everything that I have suffered. I have suffered a lot of stuff that I will try and I will succeed in making sure that you guys never experience. I will say this. My friends or anyone who believes that they can buy me from as the judge, you will not be able to, because I believe that corruption is the key to make a society fall. You guys will not be able to buy me. You guys will not be able to deceive me in a way to make me feel empathetic to you. I will base myself on facts. I will base myself on what has happened. I will base myself on the situation. I will base myself on the truth. And you guys will not be able to deceive that. You guys will not be able to make me doubt myself and doubt the evidence. If you think that an evidence is false, you will have to show me that the evidence is false. If you think that something is not fair, you guys need to show me why it's not fair. That will be my closing statement.
Thank you. Here, guys, you may start when you're ready.
Yes, I would like to thank Mira and Jill for this debate today. I do want to make it clear that I believe that each faction deserves to prosper, and no dispute should result in an unfair advantage or disadvantage to any faction. Each faction deserves to thrive, and strong factions will create a strong solace. Thank you for your time.
Thank you. All right, we're going to have a about 15-minute recess, and then we will get into the faction meeting. Thank you.
This beetroot hits hard, bro. Oh, I'm seeing colors.
Huh?
How long have you been seeing colors, man? I'm getting concerned.
I think that might be out of date.
I thought you were colorblind.
Feather.
Expired.